Welcome to the 7th installment of the Mastery series, the Bocek. So this weapon's been trapped inside care packages before I started playing Apex, back in Season 17. And due to that, and also the fear of picking it up and trying it, it meant that I only got one elimination. Honestly, a bit pathetic, I know, with a weapon that's actually supposed to be insane. But now I get to put myself to the test. Do I end this challenge feeling like I've accomplished nothing and do terrible? Or do I come out on the other side being the best Bocek player you guys have ever seen? Well, I guess you guys are gonna have to find that out for yourself. The strap to get this weapon isn't the same as before, because we now have a new legend, Sparrow. And well, he can hold an extra 10 arrows when holding the Bocek. And you might be like, well, that's not a huge deal. Well, the Bocek doesn't have any floor loot available. Instead, you pick up the weapon with a set amount of arrows, and the only way you can replenish them is by picking up a new Bocek, or picking up the arrows that you've used off the floor. So 10 technically is a big deal. I will also be taking full advantage of the sniper arsenal, as that's where it's held. It's day one, and of course, we needed to jump straight into the firing range, because your boy is not good. Okay, he's not great. You know, doing a little testing with the damage when I'm holding and not holding down the trigger, scoping in, not scoping in, all that jazz, and trying to understand the drop-off and how to lead the goddamn bows. You know, all the nerdy stuff. And I won't lie, I started feeling kind of good with it until I remembered I'm still in the firing range. This is not the same experience as online. And it shows, because I load straight into my first game, heading straight down for the arsenal to get the Bocek, and a few minutes later, we get pushed by a team. With my teammate going down, I managed to get a knock, okay? I managed to get a knock before getting obliterated. So that's a win. I don't know. And then the next game comes around, you know, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling myself a little bit. And it happens exactly again. I get pushed, I get a knock, but the teammate gets me every single time. God damn it. And then the third game. Of course! I started to question myself. What's the point of doing this challenge? Because I just feel like I'm making no progression, especially when my next games were just me tagging people and then just missing the shots to get them knocked. It was just demotivating. But I took one hard look in the mirror and oh God, was it a good hard look. Because why am I looking kind of cute? Respectfully from the back. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked.
I then told myself I'm doing this to become the greatest Bocek player to exist.
So I set myself 3 targets once again. Reach level 20, become more consistent with my accuracy, and get a win with akimbo Boceks. Is this impossible? Who knows? We then lock in for the next game, baby. And well, we kind of needed to because my teammate left. God damn it. I guess it's solo duos. I'm in a 1v2 situation and I take out the Bloodhound. With his teammate Ash pushing me from the right, I launch my ult down and take him out too. I finally got my first elimination with the Bocek, and it was against a duo. I was, you know, kind of feeling myself a little bit. Like, there's potential I could do well. And then I just proceed to miss a ton of shots. But that's okay, because I found this team chilling by the bridge and decided to try out the grenade arrows on the Bocek. And they worked like a charm. Because I won't lie, these 2 eliminations made me feel like I was on top of the world. There is no way I just hit that. I then thought, there is no way we're going to be doing any better than that. And well, the next game and the final game of the night, we did exactly that. But this was the first game that made me realize the Bocek is an initiator weapon, a damage machine. Because I would do damage, but I couldn't for the life of me get the goddamn knock. But I'll be honest, I really didn't mind as long as I was improving and hitting shots. We're now against the final team, and I managed to pick off the first guy coming out of the storm. And then seeing the Pathfinder hiding behind the arsenal, I hit my shots, and somehow, I got the assist! What? But that's okay, because we actually won the game with akimbo Boceks, baby. I was honestly so hyped. I know it wasn't a crazy game, but I managed to keep up with my teammate, which is an accomplishment in itself. We get over 1000 XP for the win, getting us closer to completing another task, with day one going from level 4 to level 8. I know in the G7 video, I had a secondary weapon to help me with the close quarter fights, but I honestly enjoyed just using the Bocek so much that I'm just going to stick with repping the Akimbo Boceks, baby. Woo! Day 2, I played a grand total of 11 games, and 10 were far from special. Just getting around 1 to 3 kills per game, but there was one game in particular towards the end of the day where I went absolutely ham for no reason. I started the game finding this duo camping in the corner like a bunch of goddamn nerds. Like, what a bunch of sickos. I then knock this Sparrow and get demolished by his teammate Wraith. Luckily, I had Colin by my side to finish her off. Double-handed style, baby. We're now 4 teams left, and we get pushed by a duo. With my teammate going down, luckily, I get away though, because there was no way I had any chance taking them out solo. There are now 2 teams left, and I come into third party to try and get some picks off, which I managed to do, finishing off the last member of this team, making it a 1v2. And oh my god, was this last fight an absolute banger. Ending day 2 going from level 8 to level 13. Now day 3 is where we had our most wins. But the annoying part is the first game and win of the day, well, the recording looked a little like this, which isn't great. But we won, which is the main thing. This also got me the most amount of XP, which is kind of weird because I've had games where I get 7 kills in a win, and I got less XP. Make that make sense, Apex. And I know what you're gonna say, well, you're probably holding the weapon out for longer during the game. Nope, I always had it out about the same averagely. A few games later, and I get another win for the boys. This time, I was just an assist god because I couldn't get knocks to save my life. Just pure damage, baby. So I was basically just getting carried by my teammate. With the game ending on me getting 1 elim, and him a measly 8. Damn! What I've noticed though, is of course I have moments where I miss my arrows, but I'm definitely getting more consistent hitting them. So we're already seeing some pretty standard improvement, which brings me to the 3rd win of the day. 6 elims! I'm playing once again with the oldest Apex player in the world, Colin, and his friend Shadow. Because I've been playing duos for so long, it's a nice switch up for trios, you know? You know what they say, a 3-way is the best way. I don't know who says that. Bill Clinton? I don't know. You'll notice I also have a wingman in this game. I do in fact use it to get one of the kills, but I was honestly just struggling to find a Bocek or a sniper arsenal that was in my proximity. I didn't want to travel across the universe to try and get one, but that's okay because we dropped a dub with 6 elims and my highest damage game of the video. We're now on the final game of day 3, and let's just say we went off all guns blazing with win 4. The bad part is your boy forgot to click record at the start of the game, so we unfortunately only have the last 2 fights, which kind of sucks because my 5 elims prior were honestly just so sick and so amazing. Just take my word for it, please. Just believe me. Ending day 3, going from level 13 to level 18, baby. It's now the final day, and unlike day 1, where I was kind of nervous, sweating a little bit, I cried like 3 times. I thought maybe I just go back to a normal 9-to-5 job. Maybe I just quit making content. But it's now me and my French sexy queen Illy duoing it up to get these final levels, which was an absolute breeze, by the way, because game 2 of the day, we got ourselves a win. And not only a win, we absolutely slayed queens, taking out this team. And then coming across this 3rd team, which was kind of weird because I was taking out the Pathfinder and his teammate stopped shooting Illy to shoot at me. What a freak. But we took them out. I then get this steezy knock across the entire world, and then it's just us against the final team. I won't lie, this Horizon must have been cheating because my arrows would not connect to her on a spiritual level. Shout out to her. Definitely wasn't because I'm bad. That's all I'm saying. I then take out the final guy for the victory royale, baby. Getting a casual 7 elims for the boys in the bag. We then lock in for the next game, and it's back-to-back, baby. We get another dub. The Bocek is just becoming a normal weapon for me. It's just casual. It's a typical Pablo gameplay. But I'm now questioning why. Why was I afraid to use this before when I'm an absolute god with it? We then came across a guy that's clearly a fan, and he's definitely clicked the like and subscribe button on today's video. But I slaughtered him. We did that. Respectfully, of course. I then absolutely destroy this duo like a beast that I am. And now we're against the final team. And Illy brought this one home for the boys, taking them both out with the Kraber. I honestly believe I'm seeing a huge difference with my confidence with the Bocek. I'm of course not at the stage where I'm hitting 100% of the shots that I take, but who is? Who is at that stage? Because they're cheating. Probably a lot of people, I know. But for someone who started this with 1 elimination to his name, I feel like I've improved a ton. Who knows? Maybe I'll do another video in the future getting the Bocek to level 100. But this is it, people. My final game with the Bocek to get this gun to level 20. And we destroyed.
Reloading. Time to let this stinger do the hunting. Enemy down.
But there we have it, people. And I would like to say I did in fact master the Bocek in the little amount of days using this weapon. I'm definitely still feeling like the best player in the world in-game and IRL, baby. Let me know in the comments below what weapon you'd like to see me use next. Kisses on the face. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a bad boy. That's a bad boy.